I'm super stoked about this particular episode of Retro Tech Review. If you've read the title or seen the thumbnail, you know that today we are talking about the Game Boy. In my humble opinion, the Game Boy revolutionized mobile gaming. From its massive catalog of games to its exceptional battery life, the Game Boy was the standard for handheld consoles. Now, while we're going to be talking about the original Game Boy quite a bit in this review, I have my hands on a Game Boy Color. This is the console that I grew up playing as a kid, so let's just get started. In Japan on April 21st, 1989, the DMG-01 OG Game Boy was released. That's the big one, the brick, the white that sometimes turned yellow-gray console, handheld console. While I played that Game Boy for hours while I was a kid, I actually never owned one. But back in the day, you were able to pick one up for just $90. Right now, you can buy a Game Boy on eBay or secondhand for about 50 bucks. Now, there's different iterations of Game Boy that have been released throughout the years, but this is not a timeline of Game Boy. It's simply a review of the Game Boy in 2021. So let's take a look at the handheld console itself and go over some of the really important yet simple features that it has to offer. Now, we're going to be checking out a Game Boy Color. The original Game Boy was shipped with a dot matrix screen. It's the same screen that we would all see in the other handheld devices that were released, including the Lynx as well as the Game Gear. A dot matrix screen is the same one that we all used or remember back in the days of pagers. I feel the simplicity of the Game Boy is what makes it so easy to love and pick up and play. Sporting nothing but a D-pad and two front buttons A and B, as well as start select, it's easy to just switch on the console and start playing immediately. The left side of the handheld sports an extension port as well as a volume knob. The extension port was most famously used in games like Pokemon to interact with other handhelds trading Pokemon or battling. The right-hand side of the Game Boy Color has its on-off switch. The bottom of the unit has a DC 3-volt in as well as a headphone jack. And on the top you'll find an infrared sensor. Removing the battery cover, you can see that the Game Boy is powered by two AA batteries. And that was one of those things that as a kid, I remembered the batteries lasting really long. Just getting back into playing Game Boy, I will say that these are the first batteries I have put in this guy in nearly 10 years. And based on the power light on the front of the unit, we're in good shape. Now, if it's been a while and you haven't held a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy in a long time, it's just about the size of an iPhone. Now, this is an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and you can see it's actually smaller than my phone. One of the iterations for Game Boys that came out in 1996 was the Game Boy Pocket, an even smaller version of this guy right here. With the Game Boy Color's release, the catalog of cartridge games, like this one right here, also grew. Now, allow me to say that in my 33 years, the only other handheld gaming system that I've ever bought and used was a PlayStation Vita. And there's something that hits different about Game Boy. It might be silly recommending a piece of tech from 22 years ago, but for $50, I don't think you can go wrong. Especially if you grew up in that time or had one as a kid. For 50 bucks, you get to relive your childhood. Playing games like Pokemon or Tetris, if you know, you know. Mario, Donkey Kong. These games, while they don't hold up, they still satisfy that hit of nostalgia that I'm constantly searching for as a grown adult. If you are interested, I recommend checking out eBay. There's quite a few deals on there. And let me know in the comments what your favorite game was on Game Boy growing up. I'd love to hear them, and I just might pick it up and start playing it myself. If you guys like retro tech, be sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out another one of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.
Now you're playing with power, portable power.